Hello to all our KTV Live viewers and listeners in Liberia, Africa, and around the world. I am Cordo, your KTV Live friend and reporter. I bring you the latest about Monrovia, Liberia, and the world on behalf of KTV Live. Stay tuned as we update you on the latest news update. Thousands gathered in northern Liberia on Saturday for the funeral of Warlord-Turned politician Prince Johnson, a notorious face of the country's brutal civil wars who died without facing trial. Back-to-back conflicts devastated the small West African country from 1989 until 2003, claiming around 250,000 lives and resulting in massacres, mutilation, rape, cannibalism, and the widespread use of child soldiers. Johnson became infamous in 1990 after appearing in a video sipping beer as he calmly watched his fighters mutilate and torture President Samuel Doe to death. The late Senator Prince Y. Johnson, a towering and controversial figure in Liberia's history, was honored with elaborate traditional rites as his remains were transported through key locations in Nimba County. The processional journey, steeped in the cultural heritage of the Dan people, highlighted his legacy as both a political leader and a revered son of Nimba. The funeral rites were marked by traditional war dances and cultural rituals, practices reserved for honoring great leaders or warriors. Men adorned in warrior attire, reminiscent of ancient times, carried spears and ceremonial weapons while chanting and performing symbolic movements. The former rebel leader was identified as having the highest number of violations by any individual perpetrator during the gruesome wars, according to a 2009 Truth and Reconciliation Commission (TRC) report. Saturday's burial marked the end of a 5-day state funeral, which saw his body displayed outside Parliament in the capital Monrovia, before being transported to his home county of Nimba. Johnson's supporters and government officials, including President Joseph Boakai, crowded the grounds of the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company in Gonta City in Nimba. Though opinion may differ on his legacy, what can all of us agree on is that he played a significant part in Liberia's journey, shaping our past, influencing our present, and leaving a mark on our future, Boakai said in a speech during the ceremony. Boakai's predecessor George Weah described Johnson as to many a hero, to others a father figure who had a profound influence on the country. Some in the crowd hailing from Nimba donned traditional attire, wearing red and daubing their faces with white chalk. Even though Liberia or Liberians mourn their saintor, but a big tree has fallen. According to the TRC, Johnson's crimes spanned killing, extortion, massacre, destruction of property, forced recruitment, assault, abduction, torture, forced labor, and rape. He went on to become a highly influential senator, acting as kingmaker in the last 3 presidential elections, before his death in November, aged 72. Some mourners carried fake wooden guns, which they said symbolized Johnson's warrior-like nature and depicted his role defending Nimba during the Civil War. The biggest tree that we all depended on has fallen, said 65-year-old Charles G. Wander, a farmer from Nimba. We are thinking that we wouldn't have anyone to replace him because the way he contributed to the county and to the people, we don't think we can ever get anyone like him, he added. Another group of supporters, dressed in black with red hats, beat drums, clapped, danced, and sang. Prince Johnson was a great man, said Darling Ann Nguyen, a businesswoman from Nimba. It is so regrettable to lose him. The burial took place at the nearby PYJ Polytechnic University, an institution founded and named after the late senator. Despite being among 8 warlords the Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommended be prosecuted for gross human rights violations, Johnson never faced justice as the recommendations were not implemented. After initially allying with Charles Taylor, Liberia's former president who was later convicted of crimes against humanity, Johnson broke away and was forced into exile in Nigeria in 1992, where he stayed for 12 years. He managed to have such an influence politically when he came back from Nigeria that he managed to somehow confiscate or hijack this justice effort from the TRC, in a way, until he died eventually last year. He was above the law, Alan Werner, lawyer and director of NGO Civitas Maxima, told AFP by telephone. For his part, former President George Weah has called on Liberians to embrace peace and unity as the nation mourns the passing of Senator Prince Yorme Johnson, a figure whose legacy spans a complex history of conflict, transformation, and leadership. Senator Johnson's story is one of transformation, Weah said. He transitioned from a wartime leader to a statesman and ultimately a religious leader, dedicating much of his later years to preaching redemption and reconciliation. We commended Johnson for using his latter platform to foster peace and forgiveness, despite the shadows of his past. Senator Johnson was a man who left an indelible mark on our nation. While his past was not without controversy, he sought to make amends and worked tirelessly to promote healing and reconciliation. His contributions to Liberia's peace process and his leadership in the Senate will not be forgotten, Weah added. Weah used the occasion to urge Liberians to focus on building a united and peaceful nation. As we reflect on Senator Johnson's life and legacy, let us also reflect on our collective responsibility to move Liberia forward, Weah emphasized. Our nation has endured pain and division, but it is through forgiveness and reconciliation that we can truly heal. President Joseph Boakai has said the late Senator Prince Yorme Johnson will forever be held in the annals of Liberia's history, noting that the late Nimba County Senator had the remarkable ability to rally people, which made him a significant force in Nimba and beyond. Speaking at the late Nimba Senator's funeral service Saturday, Boakai reflected on Johnson's complex legacy and urged the nation to pursue unity and healing. This is a live video of the traditional movement of people mourning the late Senator Prince Y. Johnson during the program on Saturday. The president noted Johnson's public support for the establishment of a war crimes court, a stance that reflected his commitment to justice and healing in Liberia. Senator Johnson publicly supported the establishment of the War Crimes Court, a bold step toward addressing our nation's difficult history, Boakai stated. Speaking during the funeral service, Vice President Kung responded to claims by Grand Gede Senator Thomas Nimley that Johnson was betrayed by the Boakai administration. Senator Johnson was in full support of the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court, Kung clarified. That is why he signed the resolution. He was not afraid of the court. In fact, he wanted to use it as a platform to clear his name and set the record straight. Kung further praised Johnson as a fearless leader who made significant contributions to Nimba County and Liberia. He died a hero, standing firm in his beliefs and working toward justice, reconciliation, and development, the vice president said. KTV Live has gathered that this is a legacy in culture and memory, that the Senator Prince Y. Johnson's funeral rites are not merely a farewell, they are a reflection of Nimba County's identity and resilience. The traditional practices, the convoy of mourners, and the voices of the people all spoke to his indelible mark on the region. While his legacy is layered with controversy, his cultural and political significance to Nimba remains undisputed. As his remains are laid to rest, Liberia is reminded of the delicate balance between honoring tradition and confronting the complexities of its past. Johnson's homegoing was a poignant reminder of the enduring ties between history, culture, and memory in shaping a nation's journey forward. Once again, I am Cordo, your KTV Live friend and online reporter. Please like and subscribe for more news and events happening in Liberia, Africa, and the world. Keep following KTV Live Liberia on Facebook and KTV Online Liberia on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Watch out for the new events making news in Monrovia, Liberia, and the around the world on KTV. Will you please be our friend by subscribing to our Kia TV YouTube channel and KTV Facebook page? Drop a comment if you can as we work to improve and provide balanced reports from and about Liberia and the world.